Good afternoon. This is Mariana Mitchell, and I'm here with my Week 5 presentation regarding public administration theory, then and now. A brief overview of the presentation. First off, we're going to review some classic public administration theories. We're also going to talk about an evolution off of some of those theories and the application of them in public administration today. And of course, we will conclude with my references. So first off, talking about classic theory, we'd be remiss if we didn't touch base on the cornerstone of public administration, the grandfathers of public administration, both Frederick Taylor and Max Weber. Mr. Taylor with his one best way, his one best method to accomplish a task or run an organization, and Max Weber with his ideal bureaucracy. Both of these gentlemen had very clear and concise ideas of how an organization should be run, most of it with the division of labor, with a clear hierarchy, chain of command. Efficiency was key. The identification of rules and regulations on how things should be implemented in an organization were extremely important, and definitely with the impression that there needed to be a sense of impersonality when accomplishing these tasks, because of the fact that there was so much efficiency that needed to take precedence over any personal relationships within an organization. So again, this is classic theory, focusing on efficiency, focusing on bureaucracy, and really truly the guidelines for how to run an organization in a government setting. Next, we have the evolving theory. We have Daniel Katz and Robert Kahn, who brought forward the open system model, talking about a system that takes the environment into account, that takes feedback from processes into account. It's very different than what Max Weber's ideal bureaucracy had focused in on, because this is more personal. This is about opening up management and taking into account the personal side of the people who run an organization. So again, having the opportunity to focus action on based on feedback, based on outputs. So these inputs come from the various different individuals, their environments, their experiences, the way they communicate, and those go through the process of the organization, creating a very specific output. And again, this gives the organization an opportunity to continuously improve upon the feedback that's received. It allows an organization to be flexible in many ways, whereas in Weber's ideal bureaucracy, there was a lack of flexibility. It also has an ability for the organization to determine what their output could be based on the environment they choose to sustain. So again, there's a very different method of organization in contrast to Max Weber's very strict, clear guidelines of what a bureaucracy or an organization should run, and the open systems model, kind of a trial by error type of system that allows for the opportunity for people to actively participate in the organization. So those are two very different ideas. So the application of these theories today, I definitely see the ups and downs to both the past and the present, are closer to the present theories when it comes to organization, public administration, and more specifically management, because there's definitely a focus on the bigger picture. We want to help people understand what public administration means, not just to your organization or your agency, but what it means to the greater good, to the city and the public and the people that we serve. We definitely have to look to the past in order to have a better future, because that helps us determine how to continue moving forward. The focus on some of the classic theories with integrating management theory really does bring forward a balance to public administration that, if we were to stick solely with the classic theories wouldn't be there. And of course, there's this idea that we need to constantly evolve. We need to constantly change as public administrators, as times change, as our experiences change, as the world itself changes. There's things that we're dealing with today that I'm sure our forefathers never even imagined would be an issue. So again, kind of thinking of the application of these theories, it's kind of necessary to kind of have that bigger picture, especially when it comes to becoming that public administrator that, will have to make some tough decisions in the future. So again, taking a little bit of the past and looking towards the future, I think is what's going to make public administration better year after year. And this concludes my presentation. Here are my references, and I thank you for your time, and your feedback is greatly appreciated.